Welcome to another Odds HQ NHL betting preview video for Saturday, August the 15th. We're going to go to the primetime matchup in the Western Conference. It's the 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific puck drop Saturday night. Game 3, Vegas Golden Knights, Chicago Blackhawks. Vegas up 2-0 in the series. Vegas minus 200 in Game 3, total 6, shaded slightly to the over. In terms of this series, this is kind of like Colorado, Arizona. In the Western Conference. Vegas is the better team. They're probably going to win the series. There's not a whole lot of tremendous value to back them, much like Colorado. And even from a puck line perspective, it's difficult. Like even Colorado in Game 2 against Arizona, they won that game by 1 goal. But the money line is too steep. You're not really loving laying minus 180, minus 200 with them either. Same thing with Vegas Chicago in Game 2. Vegas won the game in overtime. They're the better team, but they barely won and barely cashed on the money line. And if you bet them on the puck line, you didn't cash your ticket. So it's one of those situations where, yes, Vegas is better than Chicago. Yes, Colorado is better than Arizona in these two series in the West, but it's very difficult to find value on these teams. I do like the total in this game. I said in many discussions about this series that I've had that this was going to be a higher scoring series, one of the highest scoring series in the first round. It didn't necessarily start that way in Game 1 with the 4-1 win for Vegas. The game stayed under the total, but it got back to the high scoring ways I expected with the 4-3 Game 2, which went over the total. And I'm coming right back with the over here in Game 3. Max Pacioretty is probably going to miss a second straight game for the Vegas Golden Knights. He's their leading goal scorer and point producer. But for a team like Vegas, which has plenty of weapons, plenty of options along their top 4 lines, their 4 forward lines are really, really good. Each of them at any moment can contribute on the scoreboard and find the back of the net. And you're playing a subpar defense. Like Chicago's blue line is horrible. They're just not very mobile. They're not very good as a unit. There's consistent breakdowns in coverage. There's many examples during the course of a game where you'll see the Chicago defensemen turn the puck over in areas where they give the opposition great scoring chances. And this has been basically the epitome of the Blackhawks defense all season long. I don't see how that changes here moving forward against the Vegas Golden Knights, who are very good, by the way, at pressuring the puck. That's forechecking and pressuring the puck are two staples of this Vegas team. Really ever since they've been in the league. In their expansion year, they were just an incredibly diligent, dogged, and determined forechecking team and forced teams to turn the puck over. And even though Gerard Gallant was fired early this season and Peter DeBoer took over, they're playing a very similar style. All over the puck. Don't give the opposing team any really time and space to make plays with the puck. And next thing you know, they've turned it over and they've given Vegas a great scoring chance, if not a goal, out of it. That's Vegas's game, and it fits perfectly with the struggles of this Chicago blue line. And as a result, Vegas scoring 4 goals in each of the first 2 games is not a surprise. In fact, Vegas has scored at least 4 goals in every game they've played so far, going back to and including the 3 round robin games they played before this series against Chicago. So this is an offense that's having no problem finding the back of the net right now, and I expect that to be the case again in Game 3. And keep in mind, Corey Crawford has not been good, not been sharp here in this series. He's really been fighting the puck, but really Chicago's got nowhere else to turn to from a goaltending perspective. It's not like you can take out a struggling Corey Crawford and go to someone that you feel really confident in to get the job done. When you're talking Malcolm Subban and Colin Delia, those aren't necessarily A-quality, elite, number 1 caliber goaltenders. So Jeremy Colleton is basically stuck between a rock and a hard place here. He's got to keep going to Corey Crawford game in and game out and hoping that Corey Crawford can play a little bit better and sturdier in between the pipes. This is, I believe, going to be the first of a second of back-to-back games between these two teams. I believe they're playing again on Sunday as well. Peter DeBoer hinting that he might give Marc-Andre Fleury one of the 2 starts and Robin Lehner the other. Of course, Robin Lehner has been in net for Vegas in the first 2 games of this series. Yes, they're playing Sunday at 6:30, Game 4. So, we might see Marc-Andre Fleury. And if it's Fleury, I actually might like the over even more, because Fleury did not play well in the second half of the season. really ever since his father passed away. And there's some, I think, correlation to his struggles and the passing of his dad. Look, it's a tragic, it's a unfortunate life situation that, sometimes is going to have your mind wandering in different areas and not necessarily focused on doing the task at hand, which is stopping pucks, on a game in and game out basis. And certainly I think that's had a bit of an impact on Fleury's game, and it really opened the door for Robin Lehner to get more starts and eventually, get the game 1 and game 2 start here for Vegas in this series against Chicago. So, but regardless of whether it's Fleury on Saturday in net for Vegas, or they go back to Robin Lehner for a third straight game, I do like the over. And I do think Chicago can find the back of the net. They got their offense going. Jeremy Colton said we have to have the puck more. We have to shoot the puck more. We have to play in the offensive zone more. That's what he said after game 1 when they barely mustered double digits in shots in the 4-1 loss. And they definitely did that in game 2. They were much more assertive, much more aggressive offensively. Certainly you have to expect that now here in game 3 with them down 2-0. They can't sit back and let the game come to them. They've got to get after it. They have to win this game, and I would expect offensive aggression to be part of the game plan here for the Chicago Blackhawks. So when it's all said and done, Saturday NHL betting preview video best bet. Let's go to Vegas, Chicago, over 6 minus 120. I thought this series would be high scoring. Game 1 stayed under. Game 2 went over the total, and that total was 6. It stayed 6. I thought it might go back up to 6.5 again, but it didn't. It stayed at 6. I think that gives us some value. So let's go with Vegas, Chicago, over 6 minus 120 in game 3 between the Golden Knights and Blackhawks on Saturday night. That's my Odds HQ NHL Saturday NHL betting preview video best bet. Thank you for watching. I'm Ian Cameron. Reminder to check out odds.com every day for great sports betting content and the Odds HQ YouTube channel. Be subscribed and tuned in every day for tons of great shows and videos to help you pile up the profits from a sports betting perspective. Thanks for watching, and I will be back with you on Sunday for another Odds HQ NHL betting preview video.